Phasmophobia has just announced the launch date for the Tanglewood rework, and they've also given us some information about the design and also the visuals for the map. Let's get into it. Welcome back, Ghost Hunters. We have some news for you. Today, we're excited to announce that our reworked 6 Tanglewood Drive will be launching on March 3rd, 2026 for all platforms. This is a date that we have been waiting for a long time because we knew that inevitably Tanglewood was going to need reworked. They were using items that they did not make themselves, that they had licensed, that were pre-made assets. They want to make everything in this game theirs. So what they needed to do that is they had to rework this map eventually. I've been super excited to see it, and now we finally get to. While we'd like to save the majority of the changes and surprises that await you with the map launch, we want to give a little detail on the why and how we've decided to rework such a fan favorite location, the visuals. As with all our previous map reworks, our aim is to bring all our original locations up to the quality we know Phasmophobia and our team are capable of. We've created brand new assets, props, animations, and more to populate 6 Tanglewood Drive and bring it in line with the vision we've always had for it. If we look at the garage, we can see how it looks right now with all of the items that looked very just plain. It's just assets that were thrown into place that we're so used to. It's been great up until this point. But now we can see what the Tanglewood rework is going to look like and what it looks like in the garage soon. And it looks so good. All of the items that are here look like they belong in a garage. It looks somewhat in place, but somewhat out of place between the lawnmower and the barbecue. And you've got what looks to be a fridge, and then you've got a deep freezer. The best way that I can describe it is like organized chaos. Whenever you have things that are meant to look like they were placed randomly, but definitely were there for a purpose. And it looks like a garage that is being used. So I can't wait to see what it is inside of this garage that's actually interactable and things that we can get media from, or things that the ghost can interact with in general. We can see what the living room of Tanglewood looks like right now, and then we can see what it looks like after the rework. And the rework looks so good. We can see so many unique items that they have created just for this space. And it looks so uniform and so 90s, and I love it. But the cool part is that most of the stuff is going to be interactable. I imagine the pillows, the cups, what looks to be like a shell or something on the table, you name it, the new controller that's on the edge of the couch. I mean, literally everything here was designed with a purpose. The rug, it looks so good. I'm excited to see what this is going to feel like. It just feels very lived in. It feels like a space that belonged to somebody instead of what looks like a set that was just designed. Our approach to Tanglewood was to give a much more lived-in feel than the other houses in-game currently, meaning older furniture and decor, giving us a sense of who 6 Tanglewood Drive belonged to before something happened within those walls. We've also begun exploring what's possible in terms of environmental storytelling with our latest maps in these reworks. While we aren't spilling any secrets just yet, we're looking forward to seeing Ghost Hunters explore and perhaps piece together their own stories for what's taken place at 6 Tanglewood Drive, which means that we are going to be getting lore from Tanglewood, which is going to be so fun to actually try to figure out what it is that happened at this house and discover any secrets that might be within these walls. We might even get lucky and get an Easter egg in this map. It's just a matter of finding it. The design. 6 Tanglewood Drive was Phasmophobia's first map, and we've learned so much since then. We want our maps to each provide a unique gameplay experience, different room layouts, various options for players to approach any one contract, more ghost interactions. With all this in mind, we've approached the design of this rework with not only a profound sense of respect for the map that started it all, but with everything we as a team have learned designing newer maps such as Nell's Diner. And I know that one of the things that they had mentioned in the past was about the idea of having way more interactables within the map, because right now, like Tanglewood, there's only so much that the ghost can mess with outside of items that can be thrown with like the microwave and the car and things like that. But now that they have been able to mess around with and try different things with Grafton, Bleasdale, and Nell's Diner, now we're going to be able to see way more things that can be messed with to just take you away from feeling so comfortable and put you into more danger, which is what you want. You don't want the map to feel like you can walk in and walk out as easily. You want it to feel like a challenge. In this rework, it was important that we keep the core design of the house as familiar as possible. So while there aren't any drastic layout changes, bar one we'll talk about in a moment, the redesign has given 6 Tanglewood Drive a much richer personality introduced through new interactions and landmarks that players will notice from the first steps inside. Here we can see our first official outdoor image of Tanglewood, and it looks very much like Tanglewood. I know a lot of people have been very afraid that this map was going to change so much that they weren't going to be able to recognize it. And I totally understand that fear, but I think that they knew better than to do something like that. Hence why they said that the layout is basically the same. So you're going to know where you're going. And also the outside looks very similar. It looks the same. So a couple of the changes that we can see the trellises on the outside that are holding some vines. We can see some new bushes, some new gardening, but outside of that, this just looks like Tanglewood. One area that will feel very fresh to all players is the sound of 6 Tanglewood Drive. We've implemented a whole host of new audio features, both to existing parts of Tanglewood and new one, creating one of our most immersive maps in game yet. Here we can see the clear image of what they teased just the other day of the hallway looking down towards the kitchen in Tanglewood. Now, it's hard to say if each room is literally the same room that it was before in Tanglewood, but from what we can see here, we can see an outside area, which we have no clue if we can access or not yet. But kitchen is to the right. I imagine the dining is over here to the left. And then over to the left, that first door is more than likely basement. And then over to the right would be laundry, if it's the same. There's even a dryer jingle, and I think we can all imagine what that is more than likely going to be. When we first revealed a look at the rework, we saw a lot of conversation around the new kitchen area and the distinct lack of looping spot. While the looping spot has indeed been removed from the kitchen area, ghost hunters needn't fear. There's still excellent locations within the walls of 6 Tanglewood Drive to loop your ghost. Them saying there's still excellent locations is telling us that there are multiple looping spots. Now, I don't know if that's referring to maybe the dining room and the garage and possibly the living room, but they may have added one somewhere else that we are just not aware of yet. Now, the teaser image for this is a train, so maybe the basement has like a train table that we are able to loop the ghost. We chose to make this decision purely from a gameplay perspective and overall flow of the map. When you enter the new kitchen, it'll feel much more natural and in line with the scene we're setting. We know when we announced that 6 Tanglewood Drive would be getting a rework, it would be a hot topic amongst the community due to its popularity and the place it holds in players' hearts. With the work now done on this new vision, we believe we've only improved on what makes the map so special. We hope you enjoy the new look when it releases on March 3rd, 2026. Ever since they have announced the idea that Tanglewood was going to get reworked, I was excited for it. I knew that this map was so popular that there was no way that they were going to change it so much that it was going to turn it into a map that we did not recognize. I knew based on the previous revamps that they have done with Grafton and Bleasdale that with Tanglewood and especially the other maps that we would be getting reworks that just make the map so much better, so much more interactable, and just way more fun in general. I think one of the coolest things about these revamps and what it is doing to these maps is it's making them feel unique and not so similar. Between Tanglewood and Edgefield and Ridgeview and Willow, all these maps feel very similar in a way, almost like they're right next door to each other. But now the way that they're redoing some of these maps, they do feel like they're in their own areas, which is super cool. I'm excited for this rework. I can't wait for it to release. Let me know in the comments what you guys are most excited about, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.